Good morning, everybody. This is Joel Breton here with my beautiful wife and business partner, Kristen. I want to welcome you to our Saturday morning breakfast call, Saturday, July 14th, 2018 for Postcard Networker. And hey, let's get right into it. So I just want to first congratulate those of you that are earning a check, earning matching postcards with Postcard Networker. So congratulations to Greg and Sam and James and Roy. Congratulations to Adam, Sandra, Richard, Eugene, Michael, Mike. Congratulations to Wolf and Stephen and Thomas, Randy, Bev, Scott, Ben, Kathy, Jerry, Bernadette. Congratulations to John, Nate, Grant, Harry, Ryan, John, Judith, Matt, Brian, and Jimmy. And congratulations to everybody that is earning a check, earning matching postcards, building their business, and having some success as they continue to grow with Postcard Networker and in their network marketing career. I just wanted to give you a quick update. We are working on some significant updates to our system over the next 6 weeks. So every week I'll try to update you on some of the additions that we're going to be making, or I would say give me about probably 2 or 3 weeks. We'll start making some announcements and start talking about some of the things that we're doing with Postcard Networker that will help you to be able to generate a full-time income. I mean, my goal, again, when we first started Postcard Networker, I've been talking this last week to a couple of the leaders that I work with on a regular basis, just to get some feedback. You know, they do have significant businesses in Postcard Networker, and sometimes I ask them, I just, you know, throw things by them or ideas and things like that. And you know, one of the things that we're talking about is, again, the goal of you know, being able to put money in the pockets of the brand new person, keeping the system super affordable. And making it so that it's really easy to get going and really easy to be able to you know, to be able to use the system. And I think there's a few tweaks that we can definitely make. I think there's a few things that we can do in Postcard Networker to just streamline the business model a little bit, streamline some of the steps, you know. And hey, I'm the first one to admit that I'm not perfect. I mean, we definitely do really well. You know, we definitely know how to make money. We definitely can help you be able to do that. But I'm the first to admit, you know, if I make a mistake or if I feel like, hey, something's not going in the right direction. Sometimes you don't have to turn the ship quite around 180 degrees. Sometimes you just have to make small little, you know, 1 degree adjustments, and you end up in the place that you want to be. And I think that's true not only in our business, but in our lives. You know, sometimes if you just make small little course corrections, you end up in a much better place 6 months or a year from now or 2 years from now. So I think, you know, as we make these updates over the next 4 to 6 weeks, I want you to know that although sometimes it feels like you're going in a completely different direction, they are just kind of minor course corrections that we're making to be able to end up in a much better place, you know, 12 months from now, 24 months from now, 36 months from now. And my goal with Postcard Networker, again, is very simple, is just to be able to allow you and all of your new team to be able to just simply send postcards and be able to build your team and build your business and build your income. So let's talk a little bit about a couple of different things today. I want to talk about, and it's kind of, I'm going to relate them together. It's almost like 2 different topics, but it's also, they also fit together well. And so I want to talk about maximizing your income, and I want to talk about monetizing your list, okay? And they kind of go together, because in order to maximize your income, you really need to monetize your list. And when you start monetizing your list better, you maximize your income, okay? So we're really going to talk about money today. We're going to talk about how to get more of it. We're going to talk about how to put more of it in your pocket. And at the end of the day, again, my job, I think, is to provide you with the tools, provide you with the knowledge, provide you with some of the inspiration to be able to really move forward in your business, and make a good, solid income. Okay. And if you're not moving forward, if your business isn't growing, then we've got to do something about it. Okay. We've got to work on some of these things that we talk about on a weekly basis in the training. So let's just start talking about maximizing your income, monetizing your list. And the first thing I want to talk about is monthly auto ship. So if you are in a mail order business, okay, any mail order business, direct mail, postcard marketing, if you're sending letters, if you're sending sales letters, if you're sending something like a free stamps forever, if you're sending whatever, the one big thing that I notice in our industry, in the mail order industry, I'm not talking about network marketing. Network marketing has got down the monthly auto ships down cold. They know what they're doing, okay? But in the mail order industry, when you're talking about sending mail, direct mail and generating income from it, the direct mail industry really misses the boat on monthly auto ships, okay? And we have to make sure that if we're ever going to join a business, if we're ever going to be in a business, okay, and of course we're all here in Postcard Networkers, so we kind of get it, but if for whatever reason you ever stray from Postcard Networker and you try other things, I want you to be certain, 100% certain, that you have in your arsenal monthly auto ships, okay? Now that doesn't mean that the postcard marketing or the direct mail company has to be doing it themselves, but you have to be doing it yourself, okay? Like you need to have something in your business that allows people to purchase from you on a monthly basis without having to renew or without having to send you more money, okay? And I know this because over the last 15 years, whenever I run businesses, and I've done it both ways. I've done it where people pay one-time fees and they get whatever product or service they're buying, and then we don't sell to them again the next month. I've done it where we sign people up on a monthly auto ship in a network marketing company, and they're on it month after month after month, okay? Now here's what happens. The ones that pay you one time tend to get their product or service and kind of lose interest in following you, okay? All I want to do is talk about the psychology of it, not the money-making part of it right now. Because, you can charge them a larger fee one time, but what happens is they kind of lose interest, they don't follow you as much, right? And then if you ever want to offer them something else, or if you want to actually build a business with them and generate some leverage, either through their advertising or through their contacts or through their time or however you're going to get some leverage from that person to be able to help build their business and their income and in turn building yours. What I find is having people on a monthly auto ship serves that purpose much better, okay? Because they're constantly engaged in the business. They're constantly thinking about it. Every month they get an auto shipment. On a weekly or a monthly basis, there's usually some kind of training calls. There's some kind of, leadership development. There's something going on to kind of keep them engaged. And the reason why usually we do something to keep them engaged is because otherwise they might just kind of float off and quit their auto ship, right? We want them to continue purchasing. We want your members to continue buying from you, right? So we put on training calls, we put on leadership conferences, webinars, we put on, conventions, things like that, right, where you can get together in person. So if you look at kind of the scope of actually making money, if you charge somebody $10 a month for a membership, or if you charge them, $120 one time, you might think, well, it's the same amount. I can generate the same amount of money. It's just easier to charge them $120 one time. All right. It's easier, but they tend to leave quicker. They tend to float off into the next business or the next sphere, or they go buy something else from somebody else, right? So the monthly auto ships is important not only for maximizing your income, okay, but it's also important to get those people active and building a business with you, okay? So as you build a business, don't look at necessarily the price point all the time. Look at whether or not you can somehow integrate monthly auto ships into the program, okay, into your business. And again, we primarily do this with a network marketing company. Okay, that's what I do. That's what my wife does. We promote a network marketing company, as the monthly auto ship. I mean, that's kind of the deal, right? And again, some mail order programs, some postcard programs and stuff like that will pay you like $50 one-time commissions or $100 big commission. But when the people only join and pay one time, the income tends to be really based on your mailing, your personal mailing, not based on your team's mailings, okay? Because a lot of times when they pay one time, they don't follow through and do any mailings, they don't follow through and do any work, they don't really treat it as a business. And the income then becomes, and trust me, I was running at one point, we were running a very significant business. I mean, we had probably 12 or 15 employees, just running direct mail. Okay, and we didn't have a lot of leverage. We were doing it all ourselves. We were doing kind of the one-off sale model. We weren't putting people into auto ships. And guess what happened? We literally had to keep adding employees to process the mail and process the orders, send out the packages, send out the what people were purchasing, because we had to get bigger and bigger to generate more income. Like, to grow, we actually had to add more staff and send out more mail and run more advertising, okay? Which is fine. I mean, at the time we chose to do that, and we generated a good income. We brought in all the money to our company instead of paying affiliates, or instead of, sharing the money through like a network marketing company. We were just paying employees, right? The problem with that model, though, was if I ever stopped advertising, like, the pressure was always on to mail more mail, like to put more mail in the mail, to advertise more. The moment I stopped advertising, the income would dry up. Like, within 3 weeks, it would be gone. Okay, that entire business was completely volatile because there was no recurring. There was no other people advertising. It was only me, and it was only us actually sending out the mail, right? It was only based around our company only. So, there was 15 people counting on a paycheck every week, and if I ever stopped advertising or stopped working, they wouldn't get paid, right? Like, the whole machine would come to a grinding halt. So I was kind of like held hostage in my own business at that time, because there was no way for me to really walk away. Like, there was no way to walk away. I had to constantly stay on the advertising. Now, the advertising that we were doing, I mean, we were running newspaper ads, we were running Google AdWords, we were running some magazine ads and things like that. But I had to constantly, like, be on it, right? And if you look at that type of business model, if you really want to scale big, like, if you want to make a full-time income by just sending out letters yourself without any leverage component and without any monthly auto ships, what happens is you just have to reinvest more and more and more and grow your mailing. I mean, I could probably calculate how much mail we were sending out. It would probably depress me a little bit because it was so much money on stamps and on printing. Like, we actually run our own print shop at the time. I got some of those huge printers. We had a condo, a business condo that I purchased to put the printers in, to do the mail, you know what I mean, to get more employees, to grow the business. But it was crazy because, if we ever stopped advertising, the whole business would shut down. Now, just to give you an example of what happened, I'll give you the short version. One day, Google AdWords decided they were going to not allow home-based business and network marketers to advertise anymore. So they started shutting down accounts by the thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of network marketers and home-based business owners at that time got their Google AdWords accounts just suspended and completely shut off. Our business stopped advertising because of that. Like, most of our advertising had moved to Google AdWords, and the entire business just got destroyed, literally almost overnight, by Google AdWords. Okay, and I kind of say by Google AdWords, but I think it was my fault because I didn't have any huge amounts of leverage. I didn't have monthly auto ships on anything. I didn't have a customer recurring a recurring customer base. I was always looking at, okay, got to get the new customer, got to sell them something. Get the new customer, got to sell them something, right? So we had a huge database of people, and that in a way kind of saved us. At the same time, I was building network marketing companies, so my income was okay. But the moment Google shut down our advertising, our entire business started slowly grinding to a halt. And I would say that we probably kept the business running for 3 to 4 months afterwards, just like scrambling. But one by one, we had to let the employees go. We had to give up the printing, and I had to sell the building. Okay, all because the advertising stopped. But more importantly, I believe, all because I didn't have any monthly auto ships for those customers. Okay, because if I had monthly auto ships, based on the sheer volume of customers we were doing at the time, was incredible. I mean, like I look at what some companies do, some network marketing companies do. We were doing the same kind of volume as some of them, some of the smaller companies do now, but we didn't do any monthly auto ships. It was all new customer acquisition. It was crazy. We were spending so much money on acquisition, had no auto ships. So had we had auto ships, I believe to this day that business probably could have still been open, but we didn't think of it at the time. We didn't build that into the model. And hey, no regrets, right? We just make sure that as we move forward, we always have an auto ship in everything that we do. We always offer continuity. We always offer somebody a membership, or an auto ship or something where they can purchase on a monthly basis, and then they can build the business that way too. So, moral of the story, okay, as you build your home-based business, no matter what it is, in network marketing, not in network marketing, indirect mail, not indirect mail, using Facebook advertising, not using Facebook advertising, monthly auto ships, continuity, and customers purchasing on kind of an auto delivery model needs to be in your business somewhere, okay? And of course, like I said, we use it in the network marketing company, so products and services going out to our customers every month, with the opportunity to be able to share those products and services and generate an income for themselves as well, okay? This is how you not only maximize your income, but along with my story, how you protect your income from completely crashing if some of your advertising, for some reason, any day of the year, slows down. So the second thing I want to talk about in terms of maximizing your income, monetizing your list, is multiple offers. Okay, and I don't mean join 3 different network marketing companies or 7 different companies and have your focus all over the place. When I talk about multiple offers, I'm talking like you need to have stuff that feeds into itself, right? Like that all feeds the same machine. So, for instance, in Postcard Networker, we have multiple offers. We have different things to purchase, but they all are tied into the same business. So your focus doesn't have to be on promoting like 3 or 4 or 7 different opportunities or businesses or programs or whatever that aren't connected. So when you send a postcard for Postcard Networker, we offer an affiliate program. We offer an OMA program. We offer postcards. We offer, the book partnership, the brand partnership. We offer your network marketing company. We offer all kinds of things. Introductory packs. We offer Dr. Dick's postcards and his system and his book. We offer, you know what I mean? So on and on and on and on. But all of these offers tie back into the same business, okay? So you don't have to have 17 different front-end offers or 17 different postcards to send or 17 different types of letters for different businesses. You just funnel everybody through the same entry point, okay, in the top of the funnel, and then we offer them a bunch of different things depending on who they are, what they want to buy, what they're interested in, if they want to join the business or not. We have a lot of different things that we offer them, okay? If you have one, and let me tell you the difference. So over the years, I've always run a lot of direct mail, okay? And what I find is that, and this is anecdotal. I mean, I to be honest, I for a direct mail guy and for somebody who's been so successful, I don't do a hugely spectacular job of tracking all the time. I mean, the Postcard Networker system automatically tracks everything. The software tracks everything for us, so I don't really have to manage it or even look at it. I mean, it's just doing it automatically. We built it in automatically for you. You don't have to track everything yourself. Everything is kind of automatic. But over the years, I've done a lot of direct mail, and one of the things that I notice is that people tend to buy more than one thing. They just tend to buy more than one thing. When they're interested in something, they tend to buy and buy and buy and buy, okay, until something works. So if it's a business opportunity or a network marketing company, they will tend to keep buying until something works for them. And then once that thing is starting to work for them, then they kind of put more effort into it. But until they get something to work, they tend to buy additional offers. Now, the question is, they're going to buy from somebody anyway, so why not you? Okay? If they said no to your first offer, your first postcard or business opportunity or network marketing company or whatever it is that you offered them, right? If they said no to it, or if they purchased it and just didn't really follow through, the question is, should you sell them something else, or should you let your competitor sell them something else? Okay, they're ready to buy something else. They've moved on. They either said no or yes, but they're ready to kind of like, that didn't work, or maybe I didn't like it, or maybe I bought it and I just didn't use it. A lot of people purchase things through the mail and kind of like just throw it under the bed, throw it on their desk. I'll look at it later, and then their attention goes to somewhere else. So the question is like, do you want to sell them an additional thing, another offer, or are you going to just let your competitor do it, right? And obviously you don't get paid when your competitor does it. So the thing that I noticed in direct mail is that I could literally send the audience, okay, an offer every probably 3 to 6 weeks, all right, once a month on average. I could probably even do it every 2 weeks, okay, if I wanted to get aggressive. And I could offer them something new, and I would get a response generally from that list of people purchasing something. Now, it's not always the same people purchasing every month, and that's the key. That's the thing that you want to understand is that, Roy is maybe not going to make a purchase every single month from me. Like if I send Roy a letter in the mail every month, he may or may not buy it, right? But if I send an offer to 100 people every month, 100 different people, okay, but it's the same people every month. The same 100 people every month. Roy and his 99 friends, okay? If I send the same 100 people a letter every month with a different offer, there's a good chance that I'll get 1 or 2 sales every month. But it's not always going to be Roy buying. It's not going to be the same buyer every month. Okay, it can go to the same list and somebody new puts up their hand and says, hey, that looks like something I'm interested in. Hey, I might want to purchase. Hey, I'm ready to purchase. I haven't bought anything for you for 4 months, and now I'm ready to buy. Now I'm ready to join. Now I'm ready to get going. The timing in my life is right. So the point is, if you have multiple offers, the same offer is not necessarily important or good for everyone, but you have to keep making those offers. You have to keep making those pitches month after month after month after month, and somebody different may raise their hand. Now, if you don't have multiple offers, it's not the end of the world, but you have to make the same pitch then over and over and over again to your audience. Okay, it will tend to burn out your audience a little quicker if you only have one offer or one postcard or one sales letter or whatever, because if they see it constantly and they already decided not to do it, they just tend to throw it in the garbage, right? They don't even really look at it again. But if it's a different offer or a different wording, or even if you just change the sales copy or you change the website and you offer the same thing but in a different way, that'll get people's attention. Okay, so even if you don't have multiple offers, you can still offer the same group of people your same business, your same network marketing company over and over and over again. But my inclination is to say, listen, why don't you at least have a few different websites? Why don't you have a few different presentations? Why don't you have a few different sales letters that all say the same? They can all sell the same thing in the end, but from different angles, right? Different pitches, different sales offers, different ways, different methods. Maybe one of them invites them to get on the phone with you. Maybe one of them goes to a webinar. Maybe one of them is just like a 4-page or 8-page sales letter that goes through the mail that they can sign up for directly through the mail, right? Maybe one of them is really offering a lot of training, and maybe one of them is offering more a turnkey system where they just send postcards. And maybe one of them is offering the greatest products in the world because that's your network marketing company has the greatest products. Okay? Does that make sense? So the key is really having multiple offers. But if you don't have multiple things to sell, at least make different offers for the same product, okay, for the same company or the same business opportunity. Have different ways to present it and different ways to introduce people, because not everybody's the same. And if they see the exact same process over and over and over again, they kind of get bored of that and they just shut it off. But if they see different processes going in the same place, it might intrigue them. Something might, the light bulb might go off and they might be interested. Okay? So obviously recurring income, monthly auto ships, number one, multiple offers. Number two, which can be either multiple products or companies, or it can be all the same company with multiple ways to introduce that. The third thing in terms of maximizing your income, monetizing your list is joint ventures and partnerships. Okay? At some point in your life, okay, in your business life, in your home-based business career, you need to start trying to make friendships with other people that are successful. Okay? One of the first things that I did when I was learning about network marketing and direct mail is I bought a course from somebody. And by the way, buying courses and information products and things like that is partially the reason I think why I'm so successful, is because I've read so much, I've learned so much, I've listened to so many different people, I've consumed a lot of information. Okay, so I kind of know a lot, and then I put it into practice and I tried things, right? So with joint ventures and partnerships, I remember probably back in like maybe 2005, I want to say 2005 or 2006, I bought a course and it was probably $300 to $500. I forget the price now. I don't even remember. I'd have to go and look in one of my boxes or whatever. I've got tons of material, but I forget what it was called, but it was basically on joint ventures and partnerships. Okay, and it was like I think about an 18 CD course, and you got 2 or 3 booklets of all the information, right? And they basically did interviews with, I think, 18 or 20 top internet marketers, okay? Not network marketing, just internet marketers, okay? They were people that could drive traffic. They were people that had businesses, and they did all these interviews with them. And now, while I was listening to the interviews of the people, I actually specifically identified a couple of the people that I wanted to try to create partnerships with, joint ventures with, okay? Because they were the so-called experts, right? Like they were the ones that were being touted as the top people, and they were saying, oh yeah, you should try to create partnerships with people and try to find people in your niches and try to find people that sell similar things and whatever. And I'm just sitting there thinking, well, I may as well just grab some of these guys, right? Like grab the top people, like track them down, call them, make deals with them, right? Like if I can make them money, and here's the thing, if you can make somebody money, they're probably going to be your friend for life. Okay? And that's what I was thinking at the time. I'm like, well, if I can make some of these guys some cash, they're probably going to reciprocate. They're probably going to love me forever. They're probably going to be a friend, right? Like if I can put some significant cash in their pocket through, the businesses that I was running, there's a good chance that, that it would work. So I just tracked a few of them down. We started creating some partnerships, started creating some joint ventures, and 10, 15 years later, I'm still working with some of them. To this day, we're still making money together. All right? 12, 13, 14, 15 years later, whatever it is, right? 13 years, I guess, since I bought that course. And it wasn't like special information in the course that was important. The big concept was make some friends. Like, that was literally the huge, like, epiphany was, okay, there's a bunch of people that are already successful internet marketers. There's a bunch of people that are already successful network marketers. Go make friends with them. Okay? Go make friends with them. Work with them in their business if you have to. Partner with them. Make them a deal they can't refuse, right, to take a spot in your business, and you just make the money if you have the capability of doing that. Or make some kind of joint venture deal where they're promoting your business, you're doing the work, you're closing the sales, you're sending them a check, right? But however the partnership looks or however the joint venture turns out, basically the deal was go make some friends, right? Go create your own little syndicate. Go create your own little mafia, right? Go create your own little, like, inner circle. And when you have your own inner circle or your own syndicate or whatever you want to call it of 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 people, work together with everybody to make money. You know, introduce them to each other. Well, let's all work together, you know. And you might start with one joint venture. You might start with none. You might start with 2. I mean, but the goal is, like, track people down, literally track them down until you get their phone number. Call them on the telephone and make friends with them. Okay? And, I mean, obviously, in the course, it kind of gave you some different ideas and techniques that you could do and whatever. You know, on this call today, maybe I'll spend an entire call talking about some different techniques and stuff. But the thing is, like, just be yourself and be personal and be friendly and be happy and be positive and, hey, come up with a deal that works for everybody. You know, I get emails all the time of people pitching me businesses, okay? But I don't really want to join their businesses because it takes away from what I'm doing, right? I don't really want to go promote some other company, you know, but if they had something that would help promote Postcard Networker, or if they wanted to join my network marketing company and be one of my top people, and then I funnel leads to them and they just close the leads, but it's in my business, we're all kind of working together. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do all of the work, right? You can get leads from people with leads, close the leads, be in their business, right? And make more money than you trying to do it all on your own, or you trying to be the upline. One of the big things that I learned in my first big, you know, network marketing hit was that I don't have to be the person with all the answers. I just have to have 2 or 3 other people that know what they're doing too to work with, right? As long as somebody knows how to generate the leads, it doesn't have to be me. As long as somebody knows how to close the sales, it doesn't have to be me. I have to bring something to the equation. Okay, but I don't need to bring everything. I can go create some partnerships with other people, cut deals with them, and say, listen, you generate the leads, you can be my upline, or you be my front line, and I'll build everything under you. I mean, one of the things that we did in our first big hit was that my business partner and I partnered up. He signed up underneath me because I was already in the company, but every single person we signed up, all of them, after him, went under him. All of them. Now, I made a little bit less money than him. He actually ended up getting a bigger check out of it because the pay only went down 7 generations, okay, in that company. So I ended up really only getting paid on 6 generations because he was one of the generations and he was only one person, right? And then he got that extra generation that I didn't get, which was significant. But we were pretty close in income. He made a little bit more, but I didn't get worked up because I made more working with him than not working with him at all, right? I made more building that business and getting the benefits of it, and then and then kind of like just growing the company at all, having the opportunity to, have him generate leads and help build the systems and things like that at the time. I was brand new to the industry. He already knew how to generate leads. So I said, well, you generate the leads and let's work together to close them and we'll put them underneath you. He was happy because he got leverage. He didn't have to call them all. He didn't have to do all the work. If he had to do all the work himself, then there's really no partnership. He may as well just do it himself, right? But he was leveraging me as his upline to build his business, and the deal was everything goes under him. There's nothing wrong with cutting deals like that, right? Even if you make less money in the joint venture because you've got inputs, you've got leads, or you've got systems, or you've got something that you wouldn't have had at all had you not made the joint venture partnership, had you not made the deal with that person, okay? Now, obviously you want to make sure that you can make money too in the deal, but I always look at all of my joint venture partners and any partnerships that I create with people specifically, I always look at it like I have to make them money first, and then if there's some money left over, I'll make some too. Because the more money I make for them, for the joint venture partner, the happier they are, right? I don't need to make money even in the first deal at all. Even if I break even, if I make nothing in the first deal, that's okay. And that's okay because they're potentially going to be my business partner for the next 10 years. Okay, does that make sense? I want to have a joint venture partner for 10 years, for a decade, for 15 years. Make money with them year after year after year, okay? Not just a one-time hit and then they're gone, right? If they know how to generate leads, or if they know how to build systems, or if they know how to close sales, right? Or if they know how to do something that I either don't know how to do or don't want to do, or don't have the skills yet, or don't have the money yet, okay? If they're bringing something to the table that I need, I'm willing to make no money or a little bit of money or not as much money as them to make sure they make money so that they're my partner for the next 10 years, the next 20 years. And you'll always be able to count on them. I have joint venture partners that I've been partners with, like I said, for like 13, 14, 15 years. And anytime I call them, they're happy to just do whatever I want them to do. They're happy to send leads. They're happy to send emails. They're happy to partner. They're happy to join whatever business, only because I always put their money making a priority over my own. I always put their money making as the priority over my own. I always make them a check. I always make sure they're profitable because they're giving me inputs that I wouldn't otherwise have. So pick up the phone, call people, start looking at people who would be good joint venture partnerships, and I'll tell you who some of the best people are to make joint venture partnerships with in our industry. Direct mail owners, so people who run direct mail programs, okay, and internet marketers, okay, because those are the two people that control all the leads. If you can find a good internet marketer that can generate tons of leads or that currently is selling an information product or some type of business, and they can generate leads for you or give you leads or send emails, and you can put them in your network marketing company and generate them a check because, you sign them up and then you put everybody underneath them, but you do all the work. They just send emails or they just generate leads. They're not there to learn the business. They're not there to learn the products. They're not there to do conference calls with you. They're only there specifically just to generate leads. Or same thing with a direct mail owner. If they could just send some mail, generate some leads, and you put them in your network marketing company underneath them, okay, they take a spot underneath them, and you make them money, and it works, and it's profitable, and they're happy, you will have that person for life, okay? Number 4, just take some risks, okay? Take some risks, try things out. If it doesn't work at first, try it again, make some phone calls, fail a little bit, it's okay, right? life really, for most people, is somewhere between 70 to 100 years, okay? Maybe 120 for some lucky people, okay? Or maybe as our technology is and our nutrition gets better and our science and medical gets better, maybe it'll be 120, 140, 150, I don't know. Or maybe if we stop putting so much junk in our food, you know, all the antibiotics and the genetically modified everything and whatever, maybe we'll live longer. But take some risks. Try it out. It's not going to hurt you in the long term. Especially if you currently have a job, you're going to get paid again in 2 weeks. Like every 2 weeks you get paid, right? Or once a month or once a week or however often your pay schedule is from your current job. There's nothing like every 2 weeks you get a paycheck, you get some more money. That's not going to change, right? So spend a little bit of it, join some businesses, send some postcards, send some mail, try different things, see what works, see what doesn't work, call some people on the phone, create some joint venture partnerships. There's nothing wrong with trying things out until you figure out what works, okay? And that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I really want to make sure that as you build your business out, you've got a monthly auto ship or recurring income, right? Recurring income, people purchasing on a monthly basis. You have multiple products or offers or information or businesses or whatever to sell, or one business with multiple offers, okay? Multiple ways to get into the business, multiple sales letters or pitches. And then, of course, start creating some joint venture partnerships. Listen, the JVs and the partnerships are not going to happen overnight. Like, they just won't happen overnight. You've got to create friendships, cultivate the relationships. Don't hit them up on the very first call like, I really just want you to email your list to my thing. Like, just talk to them and see what they're doing, what they're interested in, what's going on in their business and how you can help. And you'll find the right time to pitch them on your business or figure out, you know, how the partnership is going to work. And maybe it won't work with the current business you're in. Who knows? Right? But if you can create those partnerships and those relationships, then in the long term, you'll have a much stronger source of friends, right? Have your own little syndicate of people that all work together to benefit everyone. So anyway, I hope that you take some risks this month, this week, today, tomorrow, and go for it. Okay, go for the big money. There's no point. I mean, the effort is the same. Making sales for $100 or making sales for $200 or making sales for $10, it's all the same, right? One is just a higher dollar amount. So take some risk, go for it, make some pitches, try new things, try old things, try everything until you get what works for you. Okay, so have a great weekend, everybody. I wish you all the best, and we'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye for now.